Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield is set to have season-ending surgery that will repair his torn shoulder labrum that he's been playing with and dealing with throughout this season. Now, obviously, this is disappointing as the Browns are now eliminated from the playoffs. They had a lot of great expectations this season. They were coming off an 11-5 season, a season where they actually made it to the divisional round. They advanced in the playoffs. They beat their divisional rival in the Pittsburgh Steelers last year in the playoffs. So the hopes are high, and injuries, drama, and honestly, a lot of the same things that many teams are dealing with, like the pandemic. These are things that really derailed the Browns' season, and we'll get into it in a little bit. But the main thing is it all connects back to Baker Mayfield somehow. Now, Baker Mayfield this season had a pretty down year. 17 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 6-8 as a starter, completing just about 60% of his passes. You know, it's not as bad as his 2019 season, but it is one of his weaker seasons. And he's someone who he excelled very well in this offense last year. And this year, I think the injuries just showed their face, and it limited him as far as what he can do. We saw limitations in his footwork, limitations in his throwing motion especially, that I do think affected the way that he approached the game and he approached different scenarios. So that was unfortunate, at least for the Browns this year. As far as where they go from here, now he's not going to play in the Week 18 game, obviously. There's no reason for him to play, have the season-ending surgery, get better, get ready for next year. Now, where this gets complicated is Baker Mayfield is about to go into his 5th year in 2022. And what that means is he's in a contract year. Going into this year, the Browns and Baker Mayfield basically agreed that they were going to play it out. They were going to see how this year went and kind of just play that by ear. And as of right now, I don't think anyone can really tell you whether or not the Browns are going to re-sign Baker Mayfield. I think it's going to be a story of a similar story going into next year as it was going into this year, which is a type of wait-and-see attitude, because you can't get a good read of Baker Mayfield. And Adam Schefter even reported that the sentiment seems to be that nothing has really changed as far as where the Browns kind of view Baker Mayfield. It is just they just could not get a good read of the situation. Obviously, injuries and drama and the pandemic situation impacted how they played this year and impacted how he played this year as well. So it's a mixed bag, and it seems like going into next year, it's do or die for Baker Mayfield. And that's not me trying to make this bigger than it is. That's not hyperbole. It's the fact. The fact of the matter is Baker Mayfield is 29-30 in his career. Granted, he is the best starting quarterback the Browns have had. But but I don't even think it's about being the franchise quarterback. I think the Browns are fine with keeping Baker Mayfield. I just think the issue is going to be the price. We're seeing Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes getting record-breaking deals. And it is difficult to see Baker Mayfield get that type of money that Josh Allen, for example, got paid. It's difficult for honestly anyone to see Baker Mayfield get similar types of money of what Lamar Jackson is probably going to get paid, because Lamar Jackson is definitely going to get paid this offseason. But I don't think that they're in a situation where they're ready to make Baker Mayfield one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. They're definitely not going to make him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. That's just not going to happen. So the question becomes, how much are the Browns actually willing to pay him? And how much is Baker Mayfield actually willing to settle on this? We got a lot to keep in tune with. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to this. And I'm sure we're going to be learning a lot more as this offseason goes along. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.